So I grew up in Penticton in the Okanagan. I have two brothers. I'm in the middle, so I grew up with a lot of boy playing around. It was so much fun. And my parents divorced when I was 10, and I grew up in Penticton until I was about 15. Moved out to Ontario for a while, and then came to Vancouver for hospitality management and never left. Black Raspberry Thunder, of course, because it's a burst of joy in your mouth with ribbons of tanginess. Disney and Friends. Yeah.
TV show.
Yeah, Friends, the TV show, and most Disney movies. I used to be a Disney cast member. I grew up in a Christian home. When my parents divorced, it started making things a bit rocky at home. And through moving to Ontario and a whole bunch of different situations, I basically found myself almost homeless after I was kicked out of both my parents' homes, and I didn't have any money. I was like 3 days away from being kicked out of my current place, and it was probably the lowest of lows that I've ever felt. And I almost committed suicide. Like, I was contemplating suicide. And so I was looking at my scissors, and all of a sudden I had this gut feeling in my stomach that I had to get out of the building and just start walking. And so I started crying out to God, just being like, God, give me hope, give me something, because there's no point of me living here. I have no money, my family has disowned me, and I just really don't see the point of me continuing to live. And that night was the first night that I ever heard God speak to me, and he said that I would be a worship leader one day, which instantly brought me so much joy because I already loved singing and worshiping. And so it just launched me into this huge 9-year journey. So it was almost 9 years to the day from that moment to when I was asked to be a worship leader at Coastal Church. And it's been a journey for sure. Definite seasons of being in the desert, lots of peak moments as well. But all along I can see God's plan and faithfulness threaded throughout my whole story. So I've been on worship teams since I was about 12. Started out singing on the youth team at Church of the Nazarene, and gradually have grown from there. I started out doing music ministry, assisting at one of the Presbyterian churches in Ontario, choir singing, and then grew from there into playing acoustic guitar on the team. And then when I moved to Vancouver, that's when I really started stepping up into the call of leadership that God has on my life. So I've done, just leading here and there. And then the internship really launched me further into that, where I was leading at campuses. And then that just continued to grow. And I did everything from scheduling to fixing backing tracks for the worship team and leading on Sunday mornings as well. So I've been at Coastal Church for the last 6 years. I started with an internship that was full-time, worked completely for free, and just dove right into ministry and fell in love with it. After my time there, I realized how much God had put a call of full-time ministry on my life. And so I've worked in many roles, from family life administrator to personal pastoral assistant to worship assistant. I'm passionate about just worship in general. I love worshiping. I find so much connection with God when I open up my mouth and sing and allow my spirit to sing as well. And being a part of worship ministry, I'm really passionate about drawing people closer to the feet of Jesus. And that's really ultimately what I want to do in this role, is to steward the presence of God better and to bring people closer to the heart of Christ. Someone I look up to would be Brooke Ligertwood from Hillsong. She's been someone that I've followed for quite a lot of years. And I think she's someone I look up to mostly because of her authenticity and like how genuine she loves Jesus. And you can see that through her worship when she leads, through the songs that she writes. You can see how much time she has put in stewarding that relationship with Christ. So she's someone that I really look up to in worship. I sense that there's a revival coming. There's a definite shift coming. I've sensed it not only here, but also in different places, like any church that I visit. People just seem to be thirsty for the presence of God, and they are drawing closer in prayer and through worship. And so that's really what I sense, is that God's preparing his people to dive deeper into this like moment of worship and prayer where they get to learn the heart of God.